Hello, welcome back to Human Depth Psychology. For some, childhood didn't end with a gentle letting go, but with a quiet, invisible vanishing act. Picture a young child, maybe 8 or 9, looking up at a parent whose eyes reflect not safety, but chaos, emptiness, or fear. A silent, primal decision forms in their mind. I must become the anchor, or we all drown. This is how a child disappears psychologically, still present, but their essence retreats to make room for a tiny caretaker. They smile obligingly. They learn to cry silently, if at all. They become experts in reading the emotional temperature of a room. The world often rewards this premature maturity. You're so grown up. What a little helper. But no one asks the crucial question: what is the price of this early strength? This is the hidden grief of the child who grew up too soon, and its echoes do not fade with time. They shape your adult life, your relationships, your work, your very sense of self. Unless you understand this psychological blueprint, you risk spending a lifetime obeying survival rules that once protected you, but now confine you. Let's explore what happens developmentally when a child is compelled to provide emotional support for adults. Psychologists call this role reversal. The child becomes the caregiver, the mediator, the emotional manager. This doesn't just strain them, it rewires their developing nervous system. It creates a state of hypervigilance, a constant, exhausting scanning for threats. Love becomes conditional, a transaction. If I manage your feelings, maybe I'll earn safety. They learn their own needs are secondary, even dangerous, so the authentic self retreats. In its place grows a highly functional persona, the perfect child, the quiet overachiever, the endlessly giving friend. This mask is worn so well that even you might forget it's not your true face. But beneath it, a buried part aches, silently asking, why was I not protected? As an adult, the legacy of this early burden manifests in complex ways. You might be fiercely independent, refusing help, never feeling truly safe in intimacy. Joy might feel foreign or unnerving, as if you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. You may struggle to rest, believing your worth is tied solely to what you produce. Chaos feels familiar. Peace feels suspicious. This is not mere sadness. It's a form of developmental trauma that reshapes your worldview and your relationship with yourself. Why would a child take on such a role? The drive is biological, not conscious. In the absence of secure attachment, a child will sacrifice their own authenticity to maintain a connection, any connection, with their caregiver. It is a brilliant, heartbreaking survival strategy. But the tragic irony is this: what saved you then can imprison you now. Many of us walk through life as high-functioning adults, with a deeply neglected inner child secretly at the controls. We overperform to earn love. We stay quiet to avoid conflict. We care for everyone while secretly yearning for someone to notice we're not okay. That fantasy of finally being seen, of being allowed to fall apart and be held, is the unmet cry of the child who never got to be one. The first step toward healing is not fixing, but witnessing. You must validate your own history. The mind will try to minimize it. It wasn't that bad, others had it worse. But fine is often just another mask. Deep down, you know the cost. So what becomes of this child in adulthood? They become people who don't feel safe in calm rooms. They become partners who distrust tenderness. They become perpetual givers who cannot receive. They apologize for having needs, tense at compliments, and mistake exhaustion for virtue. This is the true cost of a stolen childhood. If you were trained to be strong instead of soft, quiet instead of honest, to fix others while ignoring your own fractures, what kind of adulthood do you build? One where you are perpetually holding your breath, waiting for permission to finally exhale. But here is the pivotal truth. No external savior is coming for that inner child. You must become your own. You are the one who must go back, metaphorically, and offer the hand that was never extended. You must say the words no one said. You didn't deserve that. You were just a child. It's safe to rest now. This is the essence of deep inner work. It is not about performing wellness or bypassing pain with positivity. It's about turning toward those abandoned, frightened parts of yourself and saying, I see you, I'm here, I'm not leaving. This process is often painful because it requires you to finally feel the grief you had to postpone. It asks you to mourn the birthdays that felt hollow, to grieve the playfulness that was lost while you were busy managing a world too heavy for small shoulders. That grief is not weakness. It is proof that something frozen within you is beginning to thaw. Now, how do these survival patterns show up in daily adult life? You might be the therapist in every friendship, yet never let anyone see your own vulnerability. You are praised for your independence, while inside you're terrified of being a burden. You may find yourself in relationships where you overfunction, constantly fixing, explaining, managing, and then wonder why resentment blooms. You may have porous boundaries because saying no still feels like a dangerous betrayal. These are not personality flaws. They are learned coping mechanisms. And the hopeful news is they can be unlearned. But only when you stop worshiping your premature strength and start tending to your early wounds. One of the most powerful questions you can ask is, what did that young version of me need most and never receive? The answers might come. To be told it wasn't my job to fix things, to be asked what I wanted, to be allowed to be messy, playful, and free. Slowly, you begin to give those very things to yourself now. Not to erase the past, but to stop reliving it in the present. This is how you stop seeking a parent in your partner. This is how you learn to distinguish anxiety from intuition. This is how you stop running from the child you were and start integrating them into the adult you are becoming. As the pioneering psychologist Carl Jung noted, there is no awakening without confronting our inner realities. We often do anything to avoid this, but healing demands we turn toward our neglected, ashamed, and frightened parts. Healing is not about becoming someone entirely new. It is about remembering who you were before the world asked you to carry its weight. It's about reclaiming the wholeness that was there all along, beneath the layers of adaptive survival. So if you recognize yourself in this, know this. Your early maturity was never the problem. The problem was that it was not a choice. But now you have agency. You can now choose softness. You can choose to rest without guilt. You can choose to stop managing the emotional weather of everyone around you and start honoring your own internal climate. It won't happen overnight. There will be days you feel small and scared again. Good. That is the point. Welcome that feeling. Let that inner child know it's finally safe to come home. Let them express what was silenced. You are not broken. You are in the process of becoming whole. And perhaps, for the very first time, you are growing up in the right way, not through fear or pressure, but through compassion and truth. You may not have had the childhood you deserved, but you still hold the pen to your future. And this time, you get to write it with kindness for every part of you. If this speaks to your experience, let me know in the comments with a single word that captures how you feel hearing this. If you found this perspective valuable, please like this video. It helps Wines of Thought reach others who need to hear it. And for more explorations into the psychology of healing and the self, consider subscribing. Remember, the journey back to yourself is the most important one you will ever take. You are both the wounded and the healer, and that is where your true strength begins.